There are some positive reasons why you guys are going to be wanting to pull for Yoimiya. There also are some negative ones that you may want to consider as well before you commit your precious Primo Gems to a brand new character. Today, we're going to be going over some of the pluses and the minuses. We could split up on 2 videos, but we're not going to be doing that today. So let's go over some of the positive benefits first that I know you guys want to hear about. Yoimiya is that Pyro DPS character, and that is going to be the big plus. Pyro DPS characters are still extremely strong. If you don't have access to a 5-star one yet, that might be something that you want to consider as your plus there, because Pyro is known for its interactions with Vaporize as well as Melt. However, Yoimiya doesn't really do Melt too well. She attacks way too fast, and she's not really a considerable melter for her own DPS. She can utilize Vaporize, although not 100% of the time with Xingqiu. She's going to miss some of the Vaporize shots, but she will not break the reverse Vaporize chain, which is very prevalent when talking about Pyro DPS damage. So she is going to be good, just like all the other Pyro characters are, for really abusing that reverse Vaporize. Now, this one's going to be a pretty big one, especially if you are new to the game or you just really kind of want to veg out and play Genshin Impact. She's going to be a very easy character to play. Yoimiya is basically contained in doing damage during her elemental skill activation, and she does this through normal attacks, which are then modified to normal Pyro attacks for 10 seconds. It doesn't get easier than this for a character to play in Genshin Impact. You hit your E, and then you just spam your arrows from a decent distance away from the enemy. You have the ability to sprint, you have the ability to jump. You're not doing charge attacks like other archers are really known for there, like Ganyu for her big damage. It's super simple to play. She doesn't hurt herself like Hu Tao, so she don't really need a whole lot of team compositions. Maybe put an Animo character in there, maybe run with Xingqiu as well, and just go ahead and do that. That's gonna be a fantastic playstyle, extremely easy to do. You don't need to aim if you're on mobile, unless you're a mobile game master like Amy. She doesn't really utilize her charge attack. She's just very easy to use. Normal attacks, use that E, swap out, maybe pop your elemental burst beforehand, and that's pretty much her gameplay loop. It's super simple and very effective. Now, another very positive side of Yoimiya is she's got very powerful 4-star weapons for you guys out there, literally neck and neck with some of the 5-star availability for weapons that she has access to. You don't have the big old Amos bow? No problem, it's fine. Use something like the Rust. The Rust is going to be an insane 4-star weapon for her. Yes, it comes from the gacha, but it increases your normal attack damage from 40 all the way up to 80%. It does reduce your charge attack damage, but Yoimiya is a normal attack spamming character. Literally like 75 to 80% of her total damage comes from that E activation and spamming normal attack. So this weapon is insane. I know, the Rust, it's going to be from the gacha. So what happens if you don't have that? Go use the new crafted bow, the Yoimiya. This weapon is insanely strong for her as well, because this is what it does here. It gives you nice amount of attack percent from the main stat there, and then it has the ability full draw. So increases your normal attack damage and your charge attack, but we care about the normal attack here, by 16% at refinement rank 1. And then if your energy is 100%, it's going to double this effect. So at refinement rank 1, if you have full elemental burst gauge, which you're going to as Yoimiya, because you don't elemental burst while she's out, you use your elemental skill first, you're gonna have double the effect. So that's gonna be 32% at refinement rank 1. If you craft multiples of this, because this is a crafted weapon, you can get this up to refinement rank 5, depending on your luck on prototype drops, what you choose for prototype selectors in the future, or maybe you haven't gotten there yet. And then you can get this up to 64% normal attack damage. It's literally just under the Rust at R5. If they're equal refinement ranks, the Yoimiya is just under that, has a little bit lower base attack, but it's going to be a fantastic weapon for you, and it's a crafted weapon that you guys can pick up and utilize for sure on this character. Another positive side to Yoimiya is that she's a very flexible character. She has that utilization of the elemental burst. It doesn't do the crazy amount of damage that other characters' elemental bursts do, but she also gives attack percent bonus to your teammates when she swaps out, and she's also one of the best characters to apply off the field Pyro debuff applications, because that's just what her elemental burst does. You use it, and then it's going to tick every 2 seconds and do AoE pyro damage if someone is attacking that enemy. So it allows you to use her as a full DPS for 10 seconds, and then she's going to swap off and do like outside of the battlefield reactions. You can utilize this with stuff like Swirl from your Animo character to give her that 40% pyro resist down when she's ready to swap back in, which makes her very easy to utilize as well. You don't have to go through the whole like loops that Hu Tao does have to do. We have to find someone else to apply pyro before you swap Hu Tao in and use her whole combo. Now, another fantastic thing about Yoimiya is she has access to so many good artifact sets that you can really go from new player to experienced player, and they're all going to be very, very worthwhile for you. So you can utilize the set that has the best substat, main stats roles available to you. So you have the new set, the Reminiscence set, 2-piece, 18% attack. That's fantastic. And then if you use your elemental skill, if you have energy in your elemental burst gauge, you have 15 of it, it's going to drain 15 of it. You're going to get 50% normal attack damage for 10 seconds, which is the exact duration of her elemental skill. So that works out fantastically. If you don't have this set, no worries. We have other amazing sets like the Witches set, which is in the game since the launch of the game. Power damage increased by 15%. The 4-piece here, if you're in an overload team with Yoimiya, that's going to increase overload damage by 40%. It's also going to increase melt and vaporize damage by 15%. And then when you use your elemental skill, it increases the pyro damage bonus by another 7.5%. And this also lasts for 10 seconds. So you get a 22.5% pyro damage increase with either an overload, a melt, or a vaporized bonus. That's going to be a fantastic set for you there as well. You also have, if you're using a shielder in your team, the good old, my favorite set of all time, Noblest Oblige set. Shield strength increased by 35%, makes her tankier, but also while you're protected by that shield, 40% increased normal attack damage as well. Now, there also are some downsides to consider when selecting Yoimiya, seeing if she's ready for you to be used on, and if you really need to go out the way for her. I know she's cool, she's got the cool look, tattoos everywhere, awesome looking character. However, the first thing is that she is a pyro character. Now, this was a plus, but it also could be a minus because you only need so many pyro DPS characters. If you have all the pyro DPS characters in the game, you're not using them all, right? You can make Bennett your pyro DPS character. Xingling has a fantastic team to utilize as a pyro DPS character. Abusing Bennett with Xingling, with Vaporize, with Melt. It's a fantastic team. That's known as the national team. If you guys haven't heard of that, look for it on the channel for the full guide on that team there. You have characters like Diluc who've been around for forever, Hu-Tang who's been around forever. If you already have all these characters, you probably don't really need another one. You're really saturating your account with nothing but pyro 5 stars. Think about that. You don't need a full team of all pyro characters, mono pyro DPS squad, the team. That might be something you need to reconsider. Now, another thing that some people might not like is also how easy she is to play. That could be boring to some players, right? You use your E and then you just spam auto attack like you're playing Call of Duty or something for 10 seconds, and then you swap out. That's kind of the main focal driving point of this character. You're not using charge attacks in your bow. You're not really utilizing her level 2 charge attacks that does pitiful damage compared to everything else that she does. Her elemental burst isn't doing large numbers. Maybe you're not utilizing the ability for her to do off the field pyro reactions or your other teammates. If you don't care about that, then that really just kind of makes her like an easier to use Hu-Tao, and that might be boring for you. Maybe you like the Hu-Tao gameplay where you charge attack, jump, animation cancel. If that's something that's really in your wheelhouse, mastering animation cancels, making the character do more than what they're really intended, it's not a whole lot of opportunity to do that for in the gameplay loop of Yoimiya. So whether you think that ease of use is going to put you to bed, or if something that's really going to up your gameplay, maybe you're just really bad at mobile like me, right? I'd probably be better off trying to race Usain Bolt than beat Abyss on my mobile phone. If that's you, then maybe this is a character for you to look forward to. If you guys want to see more Genshin Impact stuff, hit the like button, subscribe to the channel for more stuff, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Take care, guys.